Hi everybody, welcome to the first week of Graphic Design 1. I'm Judy Hurleybush, I'm your instructor. I want to take a look at what you're going to expect to find in this course throughout the semester. It is going to have some very busy weeks, it's going to have some slow weeks, and there's a lot of reading that you're going to be doing. And we have some projects. And I want to take a look at some of what to expect and where to find things, particularly if this is the first class that you are taking online with Clovis Community College. First of all, I want to point out that when you sign in to Clovis Community College, make sure that you're going into Pathway first, not just jumping straight into Canvas. The reason I'm saying that is because if you go to your student tab, you're going to have a link to your student email. Yes, you have CCC, student email. Everybody does. And every semester I am amazed by the number of students who didn't realize that they have an email account with Clovis Community College. You will find out all kinds of wonderful fun things in there, particularly things like if they're having events happening in the Commons, what's going on, what's new, what's exciting, and besides that, that is going to be one of the only ways that I am going to be able to communicate with you. So make sure when you log in that you are going to Pathway, and then from there you can check your emails and you can go into your Canvas from here. You also don't have to worry about logging into anything else. The logins that you use for your classes is also going to be the login for your student email. So just so you know that, click on Canvas and it's going to bring you into your dashboard, and from your dashboard then you can select the class and go right into it. Yours is going to look a little bit different from mine. I've got an instructor view, you have a student view, and that's about all I can say for that. Now, you're going to have announcements that are going to pop up here. The announcements are going to come up chronologically. These are a couple of things that are prepped for release, but there will be an announcement every week that's going to tell you about what's going on that week. Make sure that you take a look at that, read that through. From here, of course, the first week I want you to start reading all of this wonderful stuff. There's going to be information on here on what you're going to find for the course, the books that you're going to be using. There are two of them. The books are White Space is Not Your Enemy and Graphic Design School. You will have reading assignments out of both of those books, and there will be some projects and homework to do out of those books as well. Let's go back to home. There's a good overview of the course, what it covers, what you're going to expect out of it. We are not in classroom settings, so don't worry about class time on here. You are going to have all of your assignments available to you through your modules. You can use this link to take you to modules, or you can click on modules right up there. Read your syllabus through. There's a lot of good information in there. We are going to be using some of the Adobe Creative Cloud apps. If you're taking Digital Media 1 or you have already taken Digital Media 1, you will want to be using those. If you have not taken Digital Media 1 and you are not currently taking that, you are going to need to complete all of your projects drawing by hand. Okay, you can use paints, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, all kinds of things, options are there available for you. I'm not stuck on any one particular thing, but you will have projects that will be easier to do if you can use Creative Cloud. Let's take a quick look over here at the Start Here section on what you're going to expect with this class. Again, I talk about the books. Please read through all of this. You have a syllabus to look at. Some of the assignments, the dates are going to shift a little bit as we go through the course. It will only be to make things easier for you, not to make things harder. Please follow the modules in order as they are being presented, and let's go into modules and take a look at what you've got for this first week. This is actually pretty typical of what each week is going to look like. So week 1, here's your first module. And as you open this up, and sometimes it'll come up and it will be closed, you just hit the drop down and you can expand that out. And you're going to have a read first, week 1, read first. So let's take a look at that. So welcome to class, and this week you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to look at your syllabus. You're going to look over the class procedures. Well, introduce yourself, that's going to be a discussion. You click on the assignment, that's going to pop up. Just say a little bit about yourself, hit a reply. Tell me something about you so that I know who you are and so that everybody else in the class knows who you are. Please, you can respond to everybody, and so let's go back and look at the next thing. Okay, Splashtop. If you are currently taking or have taken Digital Media 1, you either already have Splashtop installed, are going to install Splashtop, or you need to have a fresh invite because you've either lost your account or you've been deleted from the account or something has happened like that. Let me know and I'll be very happy to send you a fresh invitation. For those of you that have not taken the digital media class or are not taking it this semester, you will be doing all of the assignments by hand drawing, hand painting, whatever media you choose to use. Most of you need to realize that there is going to be a lot of hand sketching that's going to be done in this class as well. So be prepared to have a pencil and some paper, and I'm not fussy about what you're using. You can use a good old number 2 pencil and some copier paper, and that will be perfectly fine. If you are art students and you have drawing paper, use the drawing paper. Use a sketch pad, that's great. Expectations, I think we've already kind of looked at some of that. We're not really in depth, but that's going to be back in the module, or sorry, back in at home. If you go back to home, you're going to see start here for what the course is, so go back and take a look at that. So let's go back to the modules and read first. I think I just touched on material beyond the books. That's covered in your syllabus, that you're going to want some type of drawing material. You need for this week to read White Space is Not Your Enemy Chapter 1 and Graphic Design School Chapter 8. Those items are available here. You should be able to download those from here if you do not have your book in hand. There is a readiness quiz that you're going to take. It's worth like 10 points. Just be honest. Realize that this is geared towards your understanding of what is going to be expected of you, as this is an online class, not a face-to-face class, which very often takes more time to complete than if this class was done live on campus. You're going to have a quiz over the reading that you do and over what we are going to be watching shortly. And so please make sure you pay attention to the lectures as you are going through them. Now they are recorded. You're going to be able to go back and look at them at any point in time. So you should have a very easy time taking your quizzes. Your quizzes are not timed, nor are you restricted. These are open book, because my belief is that you should be able to find your information if you don't know it off the top of your head, because it is very often important to know how to do research. You're going to have a discussion about the history and jobs related to graphic design, and you have an assignment that's going to be called Form and Function. That will make a lot more sense after you have finished reading Chapter 1 of White Space is Not Your Enemy. This is the assignment that you would find at the end of the first chapter. There is another assignment out of there that you'll be assigned next week, but you will have a couple of weeks to work on this. So let's go back into your modules. So we've got the Read Me First section. And there it is. Okay, so in your first module, there is the assignment for the introductions again. There is your online readiness survey that you're going to take. Then you're going to have a page to read, which is read the module about the history of graphic design. what is graphic design lecture, that is a document, and read the occupations which fall under graphic design or have connection to it in Whitespace Chapter 1 and Graphic Design School Chapter 8, and there is another link to the discussion. So let's backtrack here. So there's your graphic design lecture that you're going to read. There is a brief history of graphic design. There is your quiz over jobs and history. Then your discussion that you're going to complete, and form and function. At this point, I would really like to offer the fact that I have now added a recorded lecture which has different information than what is in this document. Some of it overlaps, but there is more information in this. The lecture covers a little bit of history. It also covers a little bit of some of the jobs that are available. So it's just a little more information. If you need to have a transcript of that recorded lecture, let me know and I'll be able to get one to you. This is listed both in your pages that you're going to find in your module, which is right here, the history, jobs, and creativity. It's also listed in week 1, read first, along with, let's see, right there, history lecture. It's going to take you, that's a link that's going to take you to my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch that there. I also need to talk to you a little bit about the assignment, which is called Form and Function. Again, this is taken out of your Whitespace book. It's on page 8. It's called Try This. And what I'd like you to do is write me a little essay. So I need this to be a little more than just a few lines. I want you to really think about it. Take an object that you possess and describe it. Describe it fully. What is its form? Give all kinds of information on it. You can sketch it out so that we can get an idea of what it is. And then describe what its function is. How does it work? What does it do? Describe the relationship between the form and the function. Does the function influence the form? Does the function put limits on the form? Does the form help with the function? And if so, how? So go really into depth and give this a lot of thought. I think you'll enjoy this lesson. I think you'll get a good idea of what the purpose is for a graphic designer. A graphic designer is going to work with form and function so that items function and are attractive and are pleasing to look at. Okay? So with that in mind, work on this, and again, this is not due until September 3rd.